Feelings don't actually last as long as we think they do. Most of them are brief. They rise, move through the body, and naturally begin to fade, often within seconds. But that's not usually how they're experienced, because something steps in and keeps them going. A moment of frustration comes up, and instead of passing, it lingers. Not because the feeling itself is strong enough to stay, but because it's being revisited. Thought picks it back up, replays what caused it, adds more context, builds a small story around it. And that story feeds the feeling, not all at once, but just enough to keep it alive. So what could have been a short-lived moment stretches into something that follows you, into the next conversation, into the next task, into the rest of the day. And it feels like the feeling is still there. But what's really there is the continuation, not the original emotion. Something similar happens with sadness. A wave comes through, quiet, sometimes heavy, and instead of simply being felt, it gets held. Not intentionally, just through attention returning to it, thinking about why it's there, trying to understand it, trying to figure out what it means. And again, that doesn't seem wrong. It seems like the right thing to do. But in that process, the feeling is no longer just moving. It's being sustained. And what's interesting is that even positive feelings follow the same pattern. A good moment happens, and there's a subtle effort to hold on to it, to keep it going just a little longer, to not lose it. And that, too, creates a kind of lingering, a continuation that wasn't naturally there. So whether it's something you want to keep or something you want to get rid of, the mechanism is the same. Something is holding the feeling in place. But if you look closely, really closely, there are moments where that doesn't happen. A feeling comes up and nothing interferes. It's felt completely, not analyzed, not resisted, not extended, just felt. And then it's gone, not pushed away, not replaced, just finished. And in those moments, there's something very clear. The feeling didn't need help to leave. It didn't need to be processed. It didn't need to be understood. It moved on its own, because nothing was keeping it. That's the key difference. Not controlling feelings better, not managing emotions more skillfully, just noticing what happens when nothing is holding on to them. Because without that holding, there's no lingering, no emotional residue carrying into the next moment, no subtle weight being added to everything else. There's just what's happening now. And if something comes up, it's here. If it doesn't, it's not. There's no overlap, no emotional echo, no sense that something from earlier is still shaping what's happening now. And that can feel unfamiliar at first, because we're used to feelings having a kind of continuity, a sense that they stay with us, that they define the tone of the day. But without that extension, they don't. They're brief, complete, self-contained. And what's left is an emptiness. It's clarity, a kind of openness that isn't being filled with leftover emotion. You might notice it in small ways. Feeling irritated for a moment, and then realizing it's already gone before you had time to think about it. Laughing at something, and then moving on without trying to hold on to the feeling. Having a heavy moment, and noticing that it didn't follow you as far as it usually does. It's subtle, but it shows something important. Feelings don't actually need to be carried. They don't need to be extended. They don't need to be managed. They just need space to move. And when that space is there, naturally, without trying to create it, they move on their own. Nothing gets stuck. Nothing builds up. Nothing lingers. Life stays fluid, not because you made it that way, but because nothing is interrupting the natural movement of experience. And in that, there's a kind of ease. Not the ease of controlling how you feel, but the ease of not having to carry anything once it's done. If this resonates, you don't have to do anything with it. But if you want to keep exploring this, you can stay with the channel.